Hello YouTube, this is Keith Kevin Ken. How you doing? How you doing? I hope you're doing well. Time again for another knife of the day. Today, I'm going to look at this knife. It's the Paramilitary 2 with a Wharncliffe blade. It is a exclusive from the cutlery shop, a distribution exclusive. And also, we're going to do something a little bit different. I have 6 other knives that I'll show you along with this knife at the end of this video. I'm going to try. I've never counted all the knives in my collection. I know it sounds crazy, but I just never have. And I thought what I'd do, since I haven't sold any knives since all the messiness has happened, that I'm going to try to count down all my knives in batches, not one at a time. And I'll probably do videos for all of them as well. So today is collection 1 through 7, the first 7 knives that I'm counting down. And they just so happen to be special paramilitary 2s. But right now, let's talk about this. You know, the Wharncliffe blade has been around for a long time, obviously, because it's so handy as an EDC shape. With that straight edge, just really nice. And from Spyderco, with that Spidey hole, it's almost like a half leaf shape, a half Spyderco leaf shape. But Spyderco has been doing a lot of Wharncliffes lately, adding them to a lot of their lineups. You know, it's kind of funny. This is a new knife. It's a distributor exclusive, which means it's limited. Did I tell you who the exclusive was from? Yeah, cutlery shop. You notice that they're starting to put, and I'll show you the other knives are examples of this, different shaped blades on the Paramilitary 2 finally. Spyderco usually has done Wharncliffe blades and all kinds of other blades, Tantal blades, etc. on other knives. Usually knives that aren't part of their Japanese series of knives or U.S. American-made knives. Usually the one-off knives, you know, the special knives that they do every year. But now you're starting to see these shapes come into things like the Paramilitary 2. I think most of the reasons is all of these distributor exclusives. You know, once you run out of every single color of G10 and you start running through every single blade or steel, then you start looking at the shapes of the knives, and you're starting to see that with Paramilitary 2s, probably Para 3s as well. One thing we haven't seen from a Paramilitary 2 yet from Spyderco is lightweight Paramilitary 2s. We've seen that obviously with Para 3s and with a lot of the other US made knives, the native, etc. So I'm looking forward to seeing the lightweight Paramilitary 2. Of course, it's just like every other Paramilitary 2, 3.4-inch blade. When you take out that forward choil, 3.2-inch of that cutting Wharncliffe edge, 8.2 inches total, and 4.2 ounces. Now, each of the knives I show you are pretty much the same as far as the length of the blade. The shape of the blade changes dramatically, and the weight as well. Of course, it has the compression lock, Spyderco's own compression lock, and we're starting to see the compression lock. Obviously, we've seen the compression lock, not just with the Para 3, but with a lot of other knives that have come out. The Shaman and a whole bunch of other knives, even the one-offs. So the first 7 of my count in my collection, and I keep saying I probably own about 400 knives. So this won't be knocked out in a week or two. Spyderco came out about a month ago or a little bit more with the Emerson opener on the Paramilitary 2. So you get that saber ground grind right there, not the full flat grind. And the Emerson opener. The Emerson opener is used as a quick opening method on your knife. So when you put it in your pocket, so say it's in your pocket like this, clipped in, and you pull it up, this edge catches the pocket and it automatically opens. So as soon as you pull it out, it's open and ready. This, of course, is with the plain edge. Blade Ops did the exclusive on the Emerson openers. Blade Ops, distributor exclusive. And of course, you're starting to see with all of the exclusives, they also do the black blade as well. All of these, except for the last two that I'll show you, are Crucible's S30V steel. So it's not the steel that makes them special, right? It's the blade shapes. The Wharncliffe, the saber grind with that Emerson opener. And of course, what we got from Blade HQ not too long ago is a Tanto blade. Again, Spyderco has done Tanto blades and Emerson openers on a lot of knives. They just hadn't brought it to the Paramilitary 2, and definitely hasn't brought it yet to the Para 3. I'd love to see that as well. But we've started to see the Emerson grind is on, boy, a lot of knives from Spyderco lately. Oh, okay. Well, I picked up the Tanto as an example of another one of these different blade shapes. So I figured the first 7 knives that I count, and then I include in the count, should probably be something like Para 3. You know, we'll start with the more common knives. And it just so happened that I'm recording this in March of 2021, but just so happens in the last couple of months, we've been having these different shapes on the Paramilitary 2. And again, Blade Ops did the exact same thing. I'm sorry, I said Blade Ops was the Emerson. This is Blade HQ's exclusive Tantos, and they did the same thing with the plain edge and the black edge. Now, I don't know if the regular S30V Tantos are coming back or not. It was interesting. They were released on Blade HQ. Actually, the black blade was released first, and then the plain edge as an exclusive. But I kept hearing rumblings that it will come back as a production knife at some point. I haven't heard that recently. And then Blade HQ came out and did their M4 treatment with the Tanto blade and the Paramilitary 2. So I was thinking, okay, they use that as the intro to this, and maybe we'll get a production version of the Tanto in another year or so. But here's the Tanto with M4 steel, and of course that natural G10. They released this obviously as an exclusive, and they released it at the same time they did with the black blade as well. The compression lock, etc. It's interesting. I like this lineup of special Paramilitary 2s. Of course, since I sold a Paramilitary 2 to one of you guys, since I only sell to the people on the YouTube channel, about, it had to be over a year ago. Man, in just a year and a half, I literally have, 16, 17, 18 Paramilitary 2s. That's how many variations have been released only in the last year and a half. And I sold about that many to you before. So many variations on the Paramilitary 2, so many variations on Para 3. I think we can count on a whole lot of variations with all of the natives and the spin-offs. Wow. In fact, in 2020, Spyderco released about 70 to 80 variations on existing knives, with new steels or new colors or new scales or whatever, and only 11 new knives, different knives. So that's interesting. So there you have it. I wanted to show you the brand new Wharncliffe from Cutlery Shop. And also I wanted to show you that I'm counting down my collection. You can catch this every day on my Instagram. I just started yesterday with this first 7. I'll count down my collection and see how far we get and how many are in there. And of course, we'll do videos as well. I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you for your patience. I don't know. I've been housed up way too long. Hoping to get my shot at some point. I'm hoping all of you guys are doing well. You keep care of yourselves, okay? Don't forget to subscribe, turn on notifications. Keep those pockets full. Goodbye.